My beloved child, do not take lightly the things unfolding in the unseen realm. Not every movement can be perceived by the natural eye. There are invisible forces that have quietly surrounded your life, not merely to disturb your present, but to suffocate your future, to influence those you love, and to shake the very roots of peace within your soul. They come like shadows slipping through the cracks, like smoke without form, but thick enough to cloud the vision of your spirit. You may not fully understand what you are up against, yet your heart has felt the weight of it all, as though you are carrying a burden without a name. But be at peace, for nothing escapes my knowledge. There is no affliction surrounding you that I have not seen to its deepest root. My child, it is I, with an unchanging love, who have brought you to this place, to this exact moment. Not by accident, not because you happened to choose the right path, but because a decree has gone forth from heaven concerning your life. A decree that cannot be revoked. A powerful proclamation has been sealed in the courts of heaven that declares, "This one belongs to me. Their destiny shall not be determined by the enemy, but by my very hand." Do you know what that means? It means every power that once conspired against you has been stripped of its authority. It means that every tear you have silently shed in the dark has not been forgotten, but collected in a golden vessel before my throne. It means that every whisper of prayer you've uttered in fragile hope, those moments when you thought you were speaking into nothingness, I heard them all, and not only did I listen, but I have already begun to act. I have not been silent, my child. Even in the moments when the heavens felt closed and your prayers seemed to dissolve into the void, remember this: when the sky is still, I am mobilizing the armies of angels to war on your behalf. When you hear nothing, I am reordering everything. I am never late. I arrive at the exact appointed time, and that time is now. Look back over your journey. How many times did you think you would never make it through? How often did you feel like collapsing halfway, too weary to take another step? And yet, you are still here. Not because you were stronger than others, but because my hand held you up when no one saw. Because my mercy covered you like a cloak in the night. Now, I don't simply want you to survive. I want you to enter a season of restoration, both within and around you. The battles you didn't even realize you were fighting, I have already won them for you. The doors you didn't know how to open, I have held the keys. And in what seemed like the most silent moment of your life, I have been reshaping your destiny. Not in the way you expected, but in a way only I fully understand. I am pulling you out of tight, confining places, out of relationships that drain and wound, out of patterns of thought that have kept you locked in outdated frameworks. I am calling you into a new path, one where everything is being reshaped by my presence. And you will see what once were wounds will become testimonies of my faithfulness. What once filled you with fear will become the very stage where I reveal my power. Do not doubt anymore, my child. I have heard your cry, and I am not stopping at simply hearing it. I am rewriting the next chapter of your life with the ink of divine intervention, a chapter filled with light, with courage, with wonders that even you have not dared to dream. For I am not a God who merely sees your tears. I am the one who wipes them away. I am not a distant observer. I am the one who drives back every dark cloud so that the light of heaven can shine directly into your heart. You no longer have to struggle alone. From this very moment onward, I want you to know that a spiritual protective network has been woven all around you. There are angels dispatched on your behalf. A wind from the Holy Spirit is lifting the sails of your life's journey, even though you cannot see it with your natural eyes. And there is a love drawing you out from the depths of doubt, placing you upon the vast heights of your calling. Lift your eyes up. Do not fix your gaze on what is breaking apart. Let your faith rise above your emotions, beyond your weariness and over your fears. For I am not only healing you, I am also preparing you for a new mission, a role only you can fulfill, because you have experienced me not through theory, but through the very storms of life. Now, prepare yourself. Rise with a renewed spirit. Ready your heart and step away from the place of anxiety to enter the land I have appointed for you. You have not come here by chance. Every detail has been arranged by my infinite wisdom. And one thing you must know above all else: you are not abandoned. You are surrounded by direct intervention from heaven. That silent enemy, with all his dark schemes and shadowy gloom, has tried to the utmost to silence the divine voice within you, to keep you forever in loneliness, lost in darkness, outside the embrace of the world, and far from the glorious light I have reserved for you. He wants you hidden, wants you to falter, wants you to believe that you are unworthy of recognition, of love, of shining brightly. But I, the Most High, the Creator of all things, have issued an unshakable decree. All those conspiracies, all that darkness, must end right now, right here, within the heart of your soul. In this sacred moment, I speak from the depths of your soul, awakening every cell within you by my power, clearly revealing that there is no room left for obscurity or doubt. You may feel a wave of questions rising in your heart, like faint but intense whispers. Why now? Why have you chosen me? My beloved child, do not let those questions stir unrest in your mind, for the truth is not where you seek it, but in the hand I have set from eternity past. My timing, without a single moment misplaced or accidental, is a perfect sequence within the grand design of the Almighty. The season you are stepping into is not the result of chance, but a precious gift prepared especially for you. A season overflowing with fruitfulness, filled with opportunities and miracles tailor-made for you. You did not accidentally encounter these words, the ones echoing in your mind and sinking deeply into your heart. These very words, like the purest streams, have found you exactly when you needed them most. The spiritual realm is opening wide above you, unveiling a sacred space where I pour out life, where I grant healing, comfort, and strength. My words flow, not merely as sound, but as a refreshing, transparent stream that seeps into every hidden corner of your soul, igniting the flame of hope and a passionate desire to live more intensely than ever before. Imagine, within the sky of your inner being, sacred doors are slowly opening, guiding the miraculous transformation that is underway. Each declaration of mine is like a ray of light piercing through the night, freeing you from the chains of doubt, extinguishing the fire of fear, and widening the path toward true freedom. No longer is there darkness to imprison you, but radiant light leading you step by step with certainty and safety into the realm of wonders. Your soul, long silenced beneath the weight of disappointment and pain, is now being stirred to life once more by my very word. It is a call to awakening, an invitation to return to the pure essence of the person I created you to be, where all your potential, creativity, and power to overcome reside. Let that voice resound within you, reviving the hidden strength I placed inside you from the beginning. Do not be afraid as you enter this season, for every challenge is an opportunity for you to grow, and every pain a lesson to understand more deeply my love and power. In this season, I am not only bringing spiritual renewal, but a total transformation. From the deepest parts of your soul to your every action and thought. Each step you take will be guided by my hand, rich in grace and infinite wisdom. You may not yet see the road ahead clearly, but trust that I have already drawn every line, every detail, so that you will not lose your way. What you once perceived as hardship, as separation, as failure, these things will become platforms for you to soar higher, reach farther. I will make you stronger, more steadfast, and more radiant than ever before. In this very moment, pause, breathe deeply, feel my presence surrounding you, holding you in eternal love. This is not something fleeting. It is a sacred event unfolding within you. The opening of a new chapter. A chapter of abundant life, of rekindled dreams, of promises fulfilled. Do not let the enemy in the shadows dim the light rising within you. Let me illuminate every hidden place. Let me heal every wound. Let me lead you through every hardship. You are my chosen child, my marvelous creation, and I will never leave you alone or allow you to fall on this path. Open your heart and mind to receive the change I am releasing over you. Let my words sink deep and flow through every vein, renewing your thoughts and reshaping your perspective. Because when you live in this truth, you are no longer a captive of the dark. You become a lamp shining in the world, a bearer of my light to the darkest corners. The new season has begun. The time I have set apart for you has arrived, and I am standing right beside you, never leaving, never letting go. Be strong, walk forward with unwavering faith and holy courage, for I am the Almighty One, the one who speaks and it comes to pass. Your voice will echo, your light will shine, and your life will become a living testimony of my power and love in this world. My beloved child, this moment is no ordinary moment. It is a divine marker etched into the heavenly record. It is a sacred turning point written into the chronicles of the spirit realm, where every detail of your life is held with reverence. It is no accident that you are reading these words. What is happening now is not merely a stirring of thought, but a proclamation from heaven. The season of darkness has ended, and the dawn of restoration is breaking over you. There are battles that only I have seen, silent wars waged in your mind, where you fought against doubt, demeaning voices, and memories that tried to bind you to the past. You have walked through days where joy felt like a foreign dream. There were nights when you lay there, eyes wide open, staring into the dark, unsure if you could make it to the next day. There were silent cries you lifted up from a place of absolute solitude, not hoping for someone to understand, only longing that I would hear. And I have heard you, my child. Every sigh, every silent tear that fell upon your pillow, every weary step you took when no one else was by your side. I did not merely observe from a distance. I was always near, closer than your breath, touching the very tremors within your heart that even you could not put into words. Even when you thought you were abandoned, I was there, covering you, keeping you, guarding your soul from being shattered. And today, I declare, it is enough. I have not forgotten your faithfulness, even in the darkness. I saw you choose what was right when it would have been easier to give up. I saw you endure, hold your peace, walk by faith when nothing was certain. You did not survive by chance. You survived because there is a promise over your life that no force can cancel. And now, the silence of heaven has lifted. I, the one who holds the scales of justice, am rising on your behalf. Something is stirring in this spirit realm. The chains that once bound you are being broken, not by your own strength, but by my very presence entering your situation like a holy fire that consumes every barrier. The unseen accusations that once weighed heavily upon your mind are being stripped away, layer by layer. Nothing can hinder me from fulfilling the promise I have spoken over you. You are entering a new season, a place no longer governed by the shadows of your past or the limitations of human strength. The spirit realm is opening before you, and you will begin to see what you could not see before. Not because you have become strong enough, but because I, the Almighty, have chosen this hour to deliver you, to lift you up, to revive what has withered, and to restore your honor. A holy awareness is being breathed into your soul, a sacred knowing that only those who have walked through the fire can truly comprehend. It is awakening, a new perspective of yourself, no longer through the lens of failure, but through the gaze of the one who created you, with wisdom and eternal purpose. More clearly than ever, you now sense that the long-standing hindrances are being uprooted. No more delays, no more retreat. That which kept you paralyzed in silence shall be shattered. I have brought your situation before my throne, not to condemn, but to decree. And I have made my decision. Your waiting has not been in vain. It is time to end the cycle of endless, directionless days. It is time to usher in a new season, where light will illuminate your path, where you will no longer walk by vague instinct, but by the clear guidance of my Holy Spirit. Rise, then, with a steadfast heart, not because you are confident in yourself, but because you are wrapped in the covering of the Highest. Today I lift your face. I wash away all that once brought you shame. I speak to every force that has plotted your ruin and declare, my child no longer belongs to the former things. They have been redeemed by the price of blood, and they shall live to bring me glory. Not a single tear you shed was wasted. Every quiet step you took, every burden you bore without complaint, each was a seed sown in sacred soil. And now the harvest has come. You will reap in tears what you sowed in faithfulness. You will see the silent prayers you whispered become visible answers before your eyes, not because you deserved it, but because I have willed it, because I have seen enough. So take a deep breath. Let your heart find rest in this truth. I am still here. I have never left, and I never will. Your future is no longer defined by the shadows, but by the light that is now coming forth from me. You will no longer be identified by your failures, but by the faithfulness I am unveiling through your life. As you step out of this former season, remember this as a covenant between me and you. You endured in silence, but I will reward you in the open. You were forgotten by men, but I have not forgotten you, not for a single moment. And now, I am speaking on your behalf. I have spoken. And when I speak, nothing can stand against it. I am leading you toward the door of deliverance, calling you away from the obsessions and restless thoughts that have tormented your mind. I am pulling you out of the cold void where your soul was once cloaked in confusion and sacred silence. I am not merely inviting you. I am calling you back to the most tranquil place of peace, where my presence surrounds you with unshakable warmth that will never abandon you. There you will find the surest shelter, a place where no storm of life can unseat you, where you may rest and be restored after all the days of struggle and weariness. The door of opportunity stands wide open before you, not just as a flicker in the night, but as a radiant light calling you to walk through. Hope is not a distant dream. It is a reality within reach if you are brave enough to seize it. But understand this moment, this divine window of favor, is a limited gift. It is not eternal, not unending. Just as the sunrise does not wait for the hesitant, so too will this opportunity pass if you do not respond quickly to its call. You must rise. You must respond with all your heart and soul. Do not merely hear my words with earthly ears, but perceive them through the depth of your faith. Speak these words, whether aloud or in the quiet of your spirit, but let them become the rhythm of life pulsing within you. Every utterance, every release of truth from your soul will create powerful reverberations, transforming the atmosphere around you in ways that defy explanation. When you dare to speak those words, the invisible cords that once bound your soul will begin to loosen. Chain by chain they will fall away, giving place to a rising freedom within you. The barriers that once blocked your path, made you hesitate, made you feel powerless, those I will remove one by one, like boulders melting away before you, so that you may walk forward with lightness and confidence as never before. For when you align your voice with my decree, when you choose to follow the way I set before you, you are not stepping into a mere path. You are entering a journey with eternal consequence, a road marked by the divine imprint of heaven. This is not a fleeting decision. It is an everlasting covenant with the Creator Himself, a bond that cannot be broken. You are stepping into a reality where the final word has already been declared from on high, a reality where what you do today will not end in this moment, but will echo through the corridors of time, reaching into the depths of eternity. When you stand firm upon the foundation of my righteous and gracious decree, your soul will soar, new life will flow without ceasing, and your light will never be extinguished. Look deep within yourself and feel how powerfully this calling is echoing through you. It is not merely an external voice. It is the sacred flame burning in your heart, the breath of life that I bestow upon you each day. Do not let fear or hesitation hold you back. Open your heart wide. Receive the new things, the divine changes I am orchestrating, and prepare yourself to become a living testimony of my power on this earth. You are not walking this path alone. I am beside you, watching every step, strengthening and encouraging you each time you feel weary. When you answer this call, you do not only open a door for yourself, You also open a radiant path for those around you, for those who are longing to see a living example of resilience and unwavering faith. So do not delay any longer. Do not let time slip by in vain. Let my voice become the lighthouse that guides you through the stormy seas of life. When you choose to respond, you step into a journey of new life, a complete transformation that I have reserved for you. Since the beginning of time, this is the moment for you to rise, to declare from the depths of your soul, to dare to trust absolutely that I will turn the impossible into reality, turn darkness into light, and turn trials into triumphs. This is the very first step of a wondrous journey you are about to embark on, a journey that leads you to true freedom and spiritual abundance. Remember, when you align yourself with my voice, when you step into that covenant, you do not merely transform your own life. You become a blazing torch, a beacon of inspiration for souls that are lost and searching for a light to believe in, a light that reflects my eternal life and love. You are that light. You are the living emblem of my power and boundless grace. Receive this calling with an open heart, with fierce faith and unshakable determination. For your appointed time has come, and I am ready to lead you step by step through this glorious path. Do not miss this sacred moment, for it is the one true door into the land of peace and eternal life that I have prepared for you since before the foundations of the world. When I declare that your circumstance has been resolved, it is not a hollow promise or a passing remark. It is the final decree, the divine confirmation that every battle has ceased, every dispute has come to an end, and every scheme formed against you, every accusation built on deceit and manipulation, has been shattered and erased without a trace. The voice of injustice no longer echoes in your life. In its place resounds the deep and steady sound of righteousness and peace, reigning in every corner of your soul. The journey you have endured, fulfilled with hardship and long nights soaked in tears, has now reached its destination, a divine conclusion crafted by my own hand. It is not merely an end to suffering, but the unfolding of a new chapter, one of hope, restoration, and profound transformation. But do not fix your gaze only on the surface, for behind this declaration lies a sacred depth, a spiritual dimension that not all can perceive. There is a vast truth, a mystery full of holiness and wonder that only those with awakened spiritual eyes can grasp. Today, you have been granted a priceless gift, the vision of discernment, a sight that reaches far beyond the limits of human eyes and mind. In the invisible realms where your hands cannot touch, yet where I always watch closely, every detail, every step of your life is recorded with meticulous care and fairness. Those moments when you thought you were alone, the tears you shed in silence, the acts of faith you quietly performed without anyone knowing, all have not escaped my all-seeing gaze. I see you not merely as a fragile human struggling with fate, but as a steadfast warrior on the spiritual battlefield, where even the smallest victories are recognized and cherished. And I am fully aware that in each of those moments there are whispered voices, unfair accusations unleashed by the adversary to weaken you, to tarnish your reputation, and to strip away your faith. Darkness is not merely the absence of light, but a cunning plot woven from jealousy and hatred, attempting to bind you tightly like an unbreakable chain. It seeks to imprison you in a dungeon of fear and doubt, so you cannot rise, so you cannot find freedom. But I, the Almighty Creator, am not blind to these schemes. My eyes penetrate every shadow. My gaze is sharp as a divine sword, slicing through the layers of lies and deceit. I examine every accusation, every piece of evidence the enemy presents, not only with infinite power, but with unwavering justice. Every plot is exposed, every falsehood is unraveled, so that justice and truth may reign supreme. In this divine judgment, you do not stand before a harsh tribunal, but are protected and shielded by my righteous and loving hand. I will not let you be abandoned in the darkness of injustice, nor let you fall under the weight of slander. Every struggle of yours, every drop of sweat, every silent perseverance is recorded as noble triumphs. I stand by your side, causing the betrayers to fall silent and retreat before the glorious light you carry. Receive this profound comfort deep within your heart, for this is not only the end of suffering, but also the beginning of a new life, a life bestowed with clarity, strength, and renewal. The hardships that once wore you down will no longer be a burden, but a sturdy foundation supporting your steps on the path I have laid out. You will no longer be overwhelmed by doubt or despair, for I am sovereign over all things, and my power is continuously at work to lift you higher. Look back on your journey with eyes of faith and gratitude. Every time you fell, I was the one who lifted you up. Every silent battle you fought, I stood beside you, strengthening you. Those seemingly hopeless moments were in truth precious lessons, bricks laid to build the foundation of your soul's stability. Nothing has happened by chance. All is within the perfect plan shaped by my powerful hand. Now, as the accusations have ceased and darkness has been pushed back, you may step out from that shadowy place with a soul freed and at peace. This freedom is not only liberation from external bonds, but a profound inner release, the breaking free from doubts, fears, and spiritual barriers that once suffocated you. You are invited to live in the light of truth and justice, in the fullness of the love I have for you. Let your heart open wide to receive my boundless love, a love that never judges, never limits, but always uplifts and transforms. Allow me to heal every wound, every deepest hurt that you carry within your heart. Let the peace I give soak into every fiber of your being, transforming you into a living witness of my power and faithfulness. You are no longer the accused or the one condemned, but the victorious, the chosen one whom I love and richly bless. Walk in that freedom and light, firm and unwavering, so that all those around you may see and feel the difference that my power brings into your life. This is not merely an end, but the beginning of a new journey, a journey of restoration, of strength, and of undying love. Let me guide you along this path, so you will always remember that no matter where life leads you, no matter how fierce the trials may be, my power and love will forever be your strongest foundation, unchanging and eternal. Keep this truth close in your heart and move forward with unshakable faith, for I have done and am doing all things for you by the fullness of my limitless power. My beloved child, the chains that once weighed heavily on your soul, the chains of condemnation, of shame, of the whispering lies that you are not good enough, not holy enough, not worthy enough, have been broken by me. Not by a weak gesture, but by the mighty power from my throne. I spoke a word, and it pierced through every dark layer that covered your life. The bindings that seemed eternal, the judgments you cast upon yourself, the nameless guilt, all have been shattered beneath my feet. Nothing can imprison you anymore in that spiritual prison. Nothing can keep you from stepping into the new land I have prepared. Doors that were once closed, paths that were once blocked, dreams that seemed dead, now fully open like spring emerging after a harsh, long winter. It is I, the one with authority over all time, who have turned the moments, changed the spiritual atmosphere, and breathed a new wind into your circumstance. And those who once stood against you, not only men but thoughts, spirits, and cruel words that drained your faith, have all been pushed back by my power. Not by fierce confrontation, but by the eternal decree proclaimed from the most righteous place. When I say enough, no force dares to resist. When I declare, you shall no longer touch my child, the entire spiritual realm bows. You ask, why now? Because at this hour, you have reached the critical point. You have come to the end of your patience, the end of enduring without complaint. You have touched the deepest layer of faith, where there is no longer reliance on what the eyes see, but only holding on to me in the darkest shadow. And it is there, in that very place of utter weakness, that you become strongest. Just when you think you have no strength left to stand, you become the chosen one to rise. Something has shifted within your spirit. Quietly, silently, unseen by anyone but witnessed in heaven. A turning point not made by your own hand, but because your heart has finally let go in complete trust in me. No more struggling. No more holding back. You have surrendered all. And in that very act, divine power is released. And when my realm beheld this, the heavens began to move. The arms of power no longer remained folded. The angelic armies no longer waited for commands. I myself, the one who dwells in the highest places, have risen on your behalf. I have seen enough. I have counted every tear. I have taken note of every time you chose forgiveness over bitterness. Every moment you stood still when you had every reason to retaliate, and now the time has come. You no longer have to carry that burden one more day. No longer must you bend beneath the weight of things that were never meant to belong to you. You were not created to live a life bound by chains, but to walk in the freedom and glory I ordained for you from the beginning. I did not form you so that you would drag yourself through life in sorrow, but so you would walk upright and steady, bearing my glory with every step. You have carried burdens no one could comprehend. There have been wounds too deep for words, emotions you couldn't explain, and pressures that nearly crushed you. And yet, you did not give up. Even when your heart bled silently, when your lips could no longer utter a prayer, your spirit still turned toward me. And that alone was enough to shake the heavens. Now, my child, stand upright. Lift your head high, not with pride, but with the deep awareness that you are the chosen one. You are no longer the wounded, but the warrior rising. No longer the one hiding in silence, but the voice anointed from heaven. My child, I am exchanging your ashes for beauty. I am turning your mourning into a song of triumph. I am clothing you in a robe of honor, so that all may know, this is the one I have kept safe with my own hand. What is about to unfold is not the result of chance. It is the reward for a faith that refused to give up. It is the fruit of a heart that obeyed, even in the fire of testing. It is the outcome of a soul that clung to hope, even when all evidence screamed otherwise. Therefore, do not look back. Do not reach for what has been lost, for I am placing in your hands something far better. Do not fear the next step, for now every step you take is guided by my Spirit. Be courageous. Believe this. This new season is not merely a change of circumstance. It is a transformation from within, and that inner transformation will reveal my glory for many others to witness. Amid the relentless tides of life, there are those among you who have borne a heavy spiritual burden, an unending cycle of deep wounding, seasons of waiting that seem to lead nowhere, unjust accusations rooted in deceit, and sorrows buried deep within the heart. These were not just passing trials, but deep-seated wounds that have followed you for a long journey, pressing upon your soul, leaving you weary, disoriented, and lost in a vast and turbulent sea of existence. But today, under the radiant light of my power, a sacred miracle is taking place. Every dark entry, every deceitful accusation, and every false charge against you has been wiped away completely and perfectly on your heavenly record in my domain, where all truth is preserved and every verdict is eternally sealed. Only one inscription remains: forgiven and restored. If these words are resounding powerfully in your heart, do not merely hear them as a passing sound, but receive them as absolute truth, as the complete liberation I have prepared for you. Let these words dwell within you, reviving hope, awakening strength, and touching the deepest corners of your soul. When you come into agreement with this truth, when you open your mouth and declare, "I am forgiven," it is not merely an empty phrase. It is a union with a divine reality full of power. Your agreement carries an unseen yet mighty force, marking a fundamental turning point in your spiritual life. Each time you speak, even in silence, you are aligning with a decree already established by me in the heavenly realm. Your voice becomes a sacred flame, drawing a clear boundary between light and darkness, between life and death, between love and hatred. Through this declaration, you are not only affirming your right to freedom, peace, and love, you are also making a bold proclamation to the opposing forces, those that once tried to restrain, weaken, or erase your sacred identity, that they no longer hold any power over you. Imagine yourself standing in the midst of a vast field, a place once swept by fierce and shadowy winds that shook you to the core. Now, those winds are halted by an invisible wall, built not by your own hands, but by the power of the words you have released. This wall is the manifestation of a divine decision, ignited by faith and righteousness. It shields you from all harm, from every spiritual assault, and from every false accusation. It is the unseen barricade that keeps you standing firm, unshaken, no matter the storms. Forgiveness is not merely a state of mind. It is a liberating force, a transformation that reshapes both your inner world and outward reality. When you receive this forgiveness, you are loosed from the chains of the past, freed from the heavy shadows that have lingered over your soul, and brought into the light of renewal, peace, and deep restoration. This is a turning point that cannot be replaced, marking a profound shift in your sacred journey. Let these words of forgiveness become your very breath, the rhythm of your heartbeat, the foundation upon which you rebuild your life, on truth and love. When you believe and align with this forgiveness, you are giving yourself a powerful gift, the authority to cast off burdens that were never yours to carry, to rise out of the depths of pain, and to reach for a future full of hope, brilliance, and healing. More than that, forgiveness is a declaration of war against darkness, a public statement that you will no longer allow the past, nor failures, nor false accusations to define who you are. You are the victorious one, the redeemed, the unconditionally beloved. Every step you take from now on will be shielded by this power, by the light you have received, and by the courage that flows from a heart cleansed and made whole. I call you my beloved. Do not hold on to the wounds of your past. Do not let them become barriers that separate you from the abundant life I long to give you. Open your heart to receive this grace. Let your voice rise as an unshakable anthem of freedom and spiritual authority. Stand tall, breathe deeply, and feel the lightness spread through your bloodstream, through every breath. That is the release, the healing, and the rebirth now flowing through you. You are not the only one walking this path, but it is your courage and faith that have made all the difference. The forgiveness granted to you was not given merely to rescue you, but to transform you into a beacon of light for those still struggling in the shadows. You are a living testimony to the power of unwavering faith and unfailing love. You have been called to rise, to step into the identity of a victor, a healer, and a bringer of hope. Let every day of your life become a fresh declaration of forgiveness and freedom. Let your actions, your words, and even your thoughts reflect that truth, so that those around you may witness the mark of divine power at work within you. Let each moment become an opportunity for you to sow seeds of hope, peace, and unconditional love. As you live in alignment with this sacred forgiveness, you are not only shaping your own destiny, but building a legacy for generations to come. A life filled with meaning, safeguarded by my mighty hand, and illuminated by the eternal light of heaven. It is a sacred inheritance, a testimony to the strength of grace and the faithfulness of my love toward my beloved ones. So rise with unshakable faith. Speak this forgiveness with all the sincerity and passion in your heart, and walk boldly on the path that has been widened by freedom, peace, and new life. I am always beside you, upholding you, strengthening you, and guiding you through every step of this extraordinary journey. Trust in my promise, for it is unchanging truth and an endless source of strength for your soul in every moment. You have been examined in the most secret place of the spiritual realm, where truth is never distorted, where eternal light shines upon every intent, every motive, every tear, and every heartbeat within you. In that place, no pretense can survive and no accusation can stand without passing through my judgment. Mine, the one who holds justice and love within the same hand. You had no idea that this was happening, because no physical eyes can see what unfolds in the spiritual realms. But in the midst of your inner turmoil, in those nights when you collapsed in silence, in the moments when you felt utterly invisible to the world, your name was being spoken in heaven. You were being mentioned, and in that sacred place where the light never fades, a verdict was declared. You are the one I have chosen. You are not condemned. You are set free. That place, the same courtroom where the enemy of your soul dared to enter, arrogant and accusing. He presented every mistake, every stumble, every moment of doubt, every time you fell. He thought he had enough evidence to condemn you. He spoke like a cunning prosecutor, hoping your weakness would be grounds for me to abandon you. But what he failed to understand is this: I do not need to be persuaded to stand on your behalf. I was already there. I am the advocate who does not wait to be summoned. My love is not born of condition. It flows from the very essence of who I am. When every other voice tried to drown you out, the whisper of past sins, the cruel words that pierced your heart, the false teachings that told you forgiveness must be earned, then I stood in the heavenly court, and I declared, "Silence. This one belongs to me. They have been purchased by blood. Who dares accuse the one I have chosen? You have been judged by man, misunderstood by those closest to you. There were moments when you felt cast aside by the very community that once promised to love you unconditionally. But you do not need human validation to know your worth, because it was established not under the fleeting lights of a stage, but in the unending radiance of the Holy Throne. And there, I signed your worth with the blood of my only Son, once and for all. My child, I do not merely see the mistakes you have made. I see the roots, the circumstances, the deep wounds that led to those actions. I am not blind, but I love with a complete vision. I do not dismiss justice, but it was my love that paid the price justice required. So when others look at you through the lens of the past, I see you through the full picture of restoration. When they say, "He has failed," I say, "He is being rebuilt." When they say there is no hope, I declare, "A new way is being made." And child, I do not need to argue to defend you. I do not need to persuade anyone to see you rightly, nor do I need you to always be right in order to hold my heart. My love for you does not waver through seasons of decline or moments of stumbling. I knew beforehand that you would fall, and I still chose you. That was not a mistake. It was part of the design so that my grace could shine more brilliantly than ever before. Therefore, my child, pause for a moment. Let your heart be still, and listen to what only an awakened soul can perceive. You are no longer under judgment. The verdict has been lifted, and you are being invited into a new life, one that does not carry the burden of old accusations. No one has the authority to rewrite your story but me. No one has the right to end a chapter with a period when I am still writing. And child, the next chapter I am about to write is not stained with regret or disappointment. It will overflow with hope, with mercy, and with a new purpose so unexpected it will take your breath away. Rise with peace, not the fragile peace that depends on external conditions, but the peace that springs from the deepest part of your spirit, where you know you are accepted, forgiven, and recognized by the very Creator of all things. Lift your head, no longer in shame. Walk forward, no longer in fear. For the final word does not come from the mouths of men, but from my mouth. And I have spoken. You are my child, loved, chosen, and nothing can separate you from my love. Amid the thorns and trials of life, you do not need to strain or struggle endlessly to earn my favor or prove yourself worthy of my love and protection. Do not let yourself be caught in the whirlwind of anxiety and doubt, wondering if not being good enough or perfect enough will cause me to turn away. The deep truth you must remember is this: my support is always present beside you, like a mountain that cannot be shaken. Whether you feel it or not, whether you recognize it or not, I remain by your side, never leaving you, no matter the circumstance. I never change. I never retreat. I never give up on you. Regardless of how the world shifts or how heavy the challenges become, I do not look upon you with disappointment or suspicion, but with a gaze of deep love, seeing in you the potential, the resilience, and the value that no earthly standard could ever measure. You are not a hopeless case, nor a fragile soul adrift. You are a sacred part of the grand design I laid before the foundation of the world. The protection I offer you is not a reward you must preserve through perfect decisions or flawless behavior. It is not a prize given to the deserving. It is a gift that was bestowed long ago, a grace that has belonged to you from the beginning. It is full acceptance. It is unshakable peace. It is a divine place that you are worthy to inhabit in this world. And most importantly, the price for all of this was not your striving or perfection, but my boundless sacrifice, the life I gave in your place. Let your heart find rest in this certainty and unshakable foundation. When the world grows heavy, when pressures and worries press in on you so deeply that your mind becomes weary and your heart feels worn out, when even your own thoughts and inner judgments turn against you, remember this: I am still your unwavering advocate. I am the place you can always return to, the immovable refuge that stands firm, no matter how fiercely the storms rage. Let your soul fully absorb the truth that I am the one who speaks on your behalf, the mightiest voice that defends and protects you from every injustice, every false accusation, and every attack, whether from without or within. I act with supreme authority, and no one can shake or challenge that power. My love for you is not fragile, nor does it fade with time. It is eternal, unchanging, ever-present, and overflowing with strength. When you feel weak, when your heart is weighed down by disappointment, remember that I have never stopped believing in you. I have never let go of your hand, not even for a moment. My presence is a source of unending strength, an inextinguishable flame that warms your soul and illuminates even the darkest corners within you. You are never alone in this battle, for I am your surest ally, your faithful companion, and your unmatched protector. Trust in this divine covering, so that every step you take along your life's journey will not be burdened by fear or clouded by doubt. Let the light of my love and power shine upon you, dispelling the fog of uncertainty and granting you a peace so deep that it enables you to stand firm through every trial. This is a gift that no one can take from you, a sacred inheritance I have given to you from the very moment I formed you. Remember this truth: no one can strip you of this protection. No force can rob you of the peace and love I have poured out for you. No matter how fierce the storms of life may become, no matter how the world around you may change, you will always have a place of absolute safety to return to, a place untouched by fear, anxiety, or doubt. That place is my presence, unchanging, unfailing, forever committed to standing on your side. So when your heart grows tired, when your thoughts spiral under the weight of your burdens, lift your head, breathe deeply, and allow your soul to be healed in the embrace of my love. Believe that this protection is not just a promise, it is a present reality, active and alive in your life every single day. I am with you, every moment, every breath. I do not abandon. I do not condemn. I only hold and uphold you with my everlasting love. Let this love and this protection be the sure foundation of your life, the lamp that guides you through the dark, and the breath of renewal each time you feel weary. For you do not need to chase after perfection. or seek acceptance in the world. You have already been fully accepted, wholly loved, and completely protected by me, the one who will never leave your side. On this journey, hold fast to this certainty. Walk forward in unwavering faith, knowing that nothing can shake the eternal protection and unchanging love I have bestowed upon you. You are my deeply beloved child, and I will never allow you to bear the weight of life alone. This is the everlasting promise in which you can rest your full confidence, the boundless strength that enables you to rise through every challenge and live in true peace. Even when the fiercest storms come, let this deep assurance, this profound trust in my love and power, become the most precious treasure you carry through life. For I have stood beside you since the beginning, and I will never depart from you, no matter what unfolds along this long and challenging road. You are my cherished child, wrapped in an impenetrable shield of my protection, and nothing in all creation can separate you from the endless love I have for you. My beloved child, the time has come when you no longer need to merely feel, but to know with certainty. The signs you have glimpsed, like fleeting flashes of lightning, the restless stirrings within your spirit that steal your sleep, the moments when your heart inexplicably trembles, and the events that seem coincidental, yet align astonishingly. All of these are not by chance. They are my preparation. They are heaven's knocking. They are the sacred call reminding you that something great is about to unfold. And you are an essential part of this plan. You have seen, you have heard, and you have sensed it. But now, it is no longer just signs, nor mere urgings, nor distant promises or prophecies. Now is the time for action, and I am the one who takes initiative. I am not far from you, seated on high, watching your life from a safe distance. No, my child, I stand right within the whirlpool of your struggles. I have planted my feet at the very center of the storm. I have entered the darkest corners of your soul, those places you dare not let anyone touch, where fear, wounds, and unhealed pains have been locked away. I do not only see, I act. And when I move, all opposing forces must retreat. I come not with compromise. I do not ask permission from the rebellious spirits. I do not negotiate with any who have condemned or trampled upon you. I am the king above all kings. I am the sovereign, not your enemy, not your past, nor your circumstances. You have faced opposition that seemed impossible to overcome. You have stood where every door was shut tight, where promises seemed to vanish into thin air. Years of drought, broken relationships, failures that appeared insurmountable. You have asked yourself, how can I ever get through this? But quietly, I have been working behind the scenes, not because you are unimportant, but because the timing must be perfect, the arrangement flawless, and your heart ready. Now, I am no longer working in silence. I am stepping into the battlefield, and when I enter, no one can stand against it. The places that once wounded you, I am transforming into venues of power. The places that once drowned you in despair, I am releasing life. The forces that once rejoiced thinking you had fallen, they will tremble. They will not understand why the locked door suddenly flies open, why the one who was once belittled, forgotten, and mocked now rises with dignity and authority. But you will know, because I have stepped in. Wherever I place my feet, everything must bow. I am making a way not by human hands, but by the hand of the Almighty. I am carving paths through deserts, opening springs in barren lands. Obstacles once deemed insurmountable are beginning to shift. Invisible barriers tremble at my presence. And you, my child, will no longer have to knock on closed doors. I am leading you to the door I open. And when I open it, no one can close it. Perhaps you still wonder, how can I be sure this is real? How dare I believe again when my heart has shattered so many times? My child, let me answer through my presence. Look back at the moments I preserved you, even when you did not recognize it. Remember the times you almost lost everything. Yet you lived, you breathed, you kept walking. That was no coincidence. That was intervention. And that intervention is accelerating right now. In the darkest moments, when trials weigh heavily upon your soul, when anxiety storms through every breath you take, when lack leaves you feeling empty and bereft, when your body grows weak and weary with no strength left to carry on, and when sorrow and deep wounds pierce to the very depths of your heart, know that those very forces are trembling, shaking before my power. This is not merely a fleeting spiritual awareness. It is the sign of a mighty transformation, a complete overturning of your life and destiny. Every situation, every circumstance that once opposed you, that once caused you to fall, is being dismantled by me, layer by layer. Every barrier, every chain, every hindrance that separated you from prosperity and peace is shattered and erased without a trace by my hand. The delays and slow steps that held back your dreams and plans, keeping them trapped in darkness, have now come to an end. I have commanded it, and my power causes the waiting to cease, unlocking doors that have long been shut, so you may step into a realm of advancement and success. The voices of condemnation, the ceaseless criticisms that made you feel unworthy, weak, or insufficient, these are all silenced by me. I have quieted them through the might of love and righteousness, so that you may walk in absolute freedom and confidence. My work is not limited to mere spiritual declarations. I am entering directly into every corner of your life. I am stepping into your physical circumstances, the places where you once felt trapped with no escape, where difficulties were shrouded in dense darkness. I am not standing apart. I am present, touching every nook and cranny of your life, every weary and despairing moment. I am entering your frail body, healing every cell, renewing every breath, bringing life and strength to what was broken. Moreover, I am journeying alongside the lives of your loved ones, the ones who have shared your ups and downs, those whom I love as deeply as I love you. I am intervening, protecting, and upholding them, so that each step of your family and companions is guided and shielded under my powerful light. In your calling, on the path I have laid before you, I am working miracles and breakthroughs, breaking down every barrier, so that you may walk safely and confidently, because the flow from my exalted realm, from the heavens full of power and grace, is no longer hindered or silenced. The obstacles and impediments that once tried to block your progress have dissolved like foam before my invincible strength. This mighty river now overflows, rushing forth with life, just judgment, and limitless grace for your life and those dear to you. Night, the mighty one, commander of all spiritual battles, I'm no longer standing still or inactive as before. I have awakened and risen with incomparable power, zeal, and absolute determination to fight and act on your behalf. The battles that once wore you down and discouraged you, I now lead in every confrontation, protecting you, shattering every plot, and removing every lurking danger. Know this: I will never abandon you, never let you fight alone. My presence is the bright lamp in the darkness, the strong arm that upholds you when your spirit falters, the resounding call in your soul whenever you feel lost. I am present in every step you take, every beat of your heart, every breath you breathe. All my plans and promises for you are fulfilled with certainty and overwhelming power. This is the moment for you to place your trust more deeply than ever before. Do not allow the difficulties before you to make you falter, nor let the judgments of the world or even your own doubts diminish the value and strength that I have bestowed upon you. I am opening new doors, creating radiant pathways along the road you walk, leading you into prosperity, peace, and true joy. Open your heart and soul wide to receive this new life, so that the flow of this power may permeate every cell, every thought, and every action within you. When you allow me to work through your life, when you walk in cooperation with my power, nothing can stand against you. Every hardship will grow light, and every trial will become a stepping stone for you to rise higher. My beloved child, let your heart be still and listen to these words, not with your physical ears, but with the sacred heart that thirsts for truth. Now, I will reveal to you a profound truth, a deep secret that I have planted within your soul from the beginning, so that it may awaken and shine forth when the time is ripe. Expand your mind, be ready to receive, for soon I will unveil to you the very source of clarity and pure wisdom that has guided you to this shore. What you are sensing is neither coincidence nor mere luck. It is a silent journey, a slow yet purposeful process that I have nurtured in you every moment. The recent upheavals, signs, and spiritual vibrations are but an awakening bell to a deep part within you that has existed for a long time, a primordial fragment of your soul you once thought forgotten. This is not something new. It is a reunion with your true self, where light and truth patiently await to be recognized. You have looked upon things with an inner vision, not by outward appearances, but through the eyes of your soul. This way of seeing is not the result of external learning, nor the product of books or the words of others. It has always been woven deep inside you, like a diamond thread running through the sacred essence I have given to those who carry my light within their hearts. It is a firm foundation, an inseparable part of your true being. You are not shaken by fleeting emotions, nor overwhelmed by anxiety, fear, or doubt. On the contrary, you stand firmly on an unshakable peace, because you have seen the truth with your own divine eyes. You receive this understanding humbly and quietly, allowing it to gradually seep into the hidden recesses of your soul, nurturing your intellect and wisdom. You are neither confused nor distracted, neither panic-stricken nor unsettled, but calmly embracing the guiding light. Like a traveler who finds a torch to lead the way through the darkness, I want you to know that you stand on the threshold of a new door, a new phase in your spiritual journey. Whatever you have just gone through, whether difficult, challenging, or unclear, is all part of the grand plan I have designed to prepare you for stepping into a broader and deeper vision. It is a transformation from within, an enlightenment that nothing external can ever replace. This very insight will be the lamp that illuminates the path before you, a light that does not fade even when the storms of life descend. It is not founded upon fleeting emotions, nor shaken by the turmoil of the outside world, but rather the light of eternal truth, the unchanging reality that I have bestowed. Hold fast to this light within your heart, so that each step you take is no longer one of blindness and fear, but a step firm and steadfast. Do not allow the noise of the world, the voices of doubt, or the fears within to dim the light that shines in your soul. Know that it is precisely in the moments of silence, when you pause and listen with your spirit, that I am whispering within you, guiding you through every trial toward the horizon of peace and unity. The understanding you are receiving is not born out of haste or compulsion. It is a gentle yet powerful awakening, a revival of the true part of yourself that may have once been covered in the dust of time and trials. Now, this purity is gradually emerging clearly, inviting you into full maturity, where wisdom and spirituality merge into an inseparable whole. Believe that I have not forsaken you amidst these challenges. I hold your hand, support you, and day by day, hour by hour, I remain beside you to nurture and lead you to the destined end. Your spirit is being refined, your mind is being expanded, and you are becoming a new person, a child of light, equipped to face every challenge without retreat. Hold firm your faith, beloved child, even when your heart may falter or waver in doubt. For those moments of quiet uncertainty are the necessary pauses where I renew you, so that you may realize that true strength does not lie outside, but deep within your soul. It is there that I have placed the precious jewel of wisdom and peace. Therefore, do not hesitate to open your heart and receive the wisdom I freely give. Let no shadow within your mind prevent you from moving forward on the path I have prepared. Every step you take, whether small or difficult, is a step toward maturity, toward the fulfillment I have reserved for you. Know this: within that inward gaze, you are being reborn, renewed, and enveloped in the boundless love I have for you. All you need do is trust, walk steadily, and let that light radiate from the depths of your soul, shining forth into the world beyond. This is the sacred mission you carry, and I will always walk with you, every step of the way. In the relentless flow of life, full of upheavals and trials, you are not blind or naive, nor are you led by fleeting emotions or partial misunderstandings. You hold a firm position, a deep awakening, allowing others to reveal their true nature naturally and without force. Time after time, you patiently stand aside, neither rushing to judge nor reacting impulsively, but simply opening your heart, giving them the opportunity to unveil the most genuine facets of themselves. You act as a calm observer, filled with dignity, never losing composure, never drawn into emotional storms or unnecessary conflicts. My beloved child, you do not seek empty apologies or hollow regrets from them. What I desire you to hold within your heart is not mere words, but the full presence of truth. A truth that does not need to be spoken aloud to have value, for it exists clearly and steadfastly through every action, every attitude, and every undeniable revelation. When those people cross the boundaries of what is right, the frameworks of love and respect, your heart remains unshaken and undisturbed. You are not drawn into the storms of negative emotions, but instead keep a silent calm within, observing every detail, every mask removed, every part of the ego laid bare. The deep peace you possess is a sacred gift, a special blessing from me the one who never leaves your side. This clarity of vision, this profound understanding, is not something everyone can have. It is not ordinary perception, nor the result of logical analysis or social judgment. It is a gift, a grace beyond all else, planted directly by me into your soul, like a bright lamp guiding your way through the darkness, illuminating every corner of the complex reality you face. You do not need to seek evidence from the outside world, nor depend on proofs or confirmations from this earthly realm to believe that you see rightly. For you have received a truth from the sacred silence, from the deep inner space known only by me and you, a place where no words can fully capture it, where holy messages flow straight from the eternal source. There you perceive every fragment, every hidden truth that the outside world cannot fathom, as if you are reading a spiritual map, a personal revelation crafted for your journey. The insight I have given you is not merely the wisdom to understand others, but a priceless gift, a divine grace etched into your very being, forming the foundation for every decision, every action, and every response in your life. It is the source of strength for you to stand firm amidst storms, so you will not be misled by lies or falsehoods you encounter. It helps you discern clearly what is truth and what is illusion, and to know when to persevere and when to let go, when to be patient and when to act. Let this sacred gift become the guiding light for you in every circumstance. When you face challenges or uncertainty in your relationships with others, remember that you are not alone. I have granted you a deeper awareness beyond anything visible to the eye. You possess a priceless treasure, the divine understanding that the world cannot take away, a precious gem lovingly nurtured and bestowed by me with boundless love. Hold fast to this vision, protect it from the disturbances of the world and the contradictions of emotion. For in that light you will find true peace, a comfort beyond any words, and the courage to face anyone or anything that tries to shake you or dim your sacred essence. That is your inner strength, your shield in the battles of life, the wellspring of energy to walk firmly the path I have prepared for you. In every moment, remember that I am with you, granting you the clarity and peace that only I can give. This gift is not something you seek or wait for. It is what you have received from the very start of this journey. Be grateful and cherish this gift, that it may become your life, the flame that lights your soul, helping you always to see the truth and uphold your dignity, no matter how great the challenges may be. Beloved child, let me continue to paint for you a profound picture of the sacred power hidden within you, a power that is neither loud nor ostentatious, yet stands firm like a mountain amid the storms of life. Even in moments that seem chaotic and confused, when those around you are swept into the whirlwinds of anger, panic, or conflict, you remain a steadfast anchor, a lighthouse shining brightly in the dark night. This power is not accidental, nor a fleeting stroke of luck, but the crystallization of a divine light sown deep within your soul from the very depths. Within you dwells a profound wisdom, an intelligence that not only perceives outward appearances but also comprehends the hidden layers of meaning behind every circumstance. While the external world trembles under rash reactions, anger, or unconscious defense, you remain calm to listen to the whispers coming from the very essence of the matter. This is not a response driven by momentary emotion, but a full understanding, a comprehensive vision that rises above all surface turbulence. When you stand amidst a crowd bustling with disputes, your soul preserves serenity and clarity. For you know that everything unfolds not merely because of what is visible, but also because of the chains of connections and hidden patterns that only a pure and peaceful spirit can recognize. You have learned to see deeper, feel more profoundly, and understand more thoroughly. This sensitivity is the precious gift I have given you, a guiding light in the darkest night. Therefore, your words are not meaningless echoes, nor loud voices seeking to impose or argue. Every sentence you speak carries the weight of deep observation, thoughtful reflection, and sincerity. When you speak, you not only share information, but also impart truths distilled from sacred experience and awareness. This gives your speech a special power, not needing to shout or argue, yet compelling others to listen with both mind and heart. The strength within you is the steadfast firmness of faith, forged through time, tested by life's storms, and fortified by profound understanding of the nature of life and humanity. While others act on instinct or fleeting emotions, you choose the path of calmness and mindfulness. This choice is not always easy, for it demands you restrain anger, overcome insecurities, and keep your soul clear and peaceful. You carry within you an inner flame, burning intensely yet without haste. It is the flame of deep awareness, of wisdom, that does not depend on the words of others or the clamor of the world outside. That flame lights the path you walk, helping you discern what truly matters, what is the truth that transcends all disputes and misunderstandings. Therefore, you are not drawn into pointless arguments, nor do you allow harsh words or wrongful actions to shake you. Instead, you hold firmly to your convictions and your soul, so that all your words and deeds reflect the light of truth I have bestowed. When you stand firm in that truth and understanding, you become a guiding lamp for the lost, a shepherd leading wandering souls back to peace. Remember, true strength is not loud nor forceful. It is the steadfastness within the soul, the ability to stand firm and remain clear-headed when everything around is shaking. You are a living testament to that strength, a light shining brightly in the darkness, a word of power that awakens confused hearts. In every circumstance, you are never alone. I am always beside you, the infinite source of strength within you, the flame that never extinguishes, empowering every word you speak and every action you take. When you extend that understanding and wisdom, you do not merely calm the raging waves outside, but you sow seeds of peace and faith deep within the hearts of others. Do not hesitate to show this steadfastness with humility and love. Your strength does not lie in pride or domination, but in sincerity, empathy, and profound insight. When you master your inner self, you will become one who brings lasting and meaningful transformation to life, a beacon lighting the way for countless souls seeking. My beloved child, I want you to understand that the stillness and firmness within your soul are by no means signs of weakness or passivity. On the contrary, they are a deep, sacred power, an inner light that pierces through every veil of confusion and pain in this world. When everything around you seems chaotic, when events intertwine into a complex and heavy picture that threatens to overwhelm, it is precisely the peace within your soul that becomes the key to the truest understanding. You do not merely see the surface of things, but penetrate into the hidden stories playing out within each person's heart. You realize that every action, every word, every attitude expressed originates from inner battles, from wounds yet to be healed, from pressures they barely comprehend themselves. You do not judge them by outward appearances, but with genuine compassion and heartfelt empathy. For you know that behind every pain lies an untold story, a soul yearning to be healed. Moreover, you have learned to listen to yourself, no longer relying on external approval or validation to affirm what you sense is right. Within you is a delicate compass, forged through trials and profound reflection, that helps you clearly distinguish between truth and falsehood, between light and darkness, between reality and lies. This compass not only guides you away from perilous paths, but also enables you to act with a balance of honesty toward yourself and mercy toward others. Trust in that strength hidden deep within your soul. It is not an easily attained gift, but the fruit of years you have persevered in seeking understanding and peace within yourself. The clarity you hold is a precious treasure I have bestowed upon you, a grace not granted to all, and one that cannot always be preserved without vigilance and humility. The moments when you stand firm in silence, refusing to be swept away by the whirlpool of chaotic emotions or external pressures, are when that power is most vividly revealed. It is not merely patient endurance, but an active choice to perceive the world with an open heart and a soul unbound by prejudice or hasty judgment. You possess the rare ability of those who carry my light, the capacity to see stark truth while holding deep mercy and compassion. When you look upon someone, you do not only see their actions, but you sense their pain, the hopes buried beneath, and the silent struggles they endure. It is this understanding that enables you to walk the path of healing, not only for yourself, but also for those around you. The miracle is, you do not need to prove or convince anyone of what you see. That truth carries within itself an irresistible power. When you speak or act from that place of understanding, every word and every gesture of yours is infused with compassion and sincerity, compelling others to listen and feel. There is no need to shout, no need to impose. Simply living in that truth and light makes you a source of inspiration and hope for many. Know that the journey you are walking is not always easy. There will be moments when you feel lonely, misunderstood, or opposed. But remember, your inner strength is forged through every trial and nurtured each time you choose to see through eyes of truth and mercy. And in those very moments, I am by your side, lifting you up and guiding you with unconditional love. Let your heart remain open, your mind always clear, and your soul forever at peace. This is how you shine, not only for yourself, but as a beacon for those lost in the darkness of life. With steadfastness and wisdom, you will become a catalyst for positive change, building harmony and inspiring all who long for truth and love. In every step you take, hold fast to the gift I have given you, the light of awareness and compassion, as the most precious treasure of your life. Let it guide you through every challenge, steady your walk on the path of truth, and continue to spread the peaceful strength and clarity I have planted within your soul. For this is the sacred mission I have entrusted to you, and I will forever be proud of the child who has chosen the path of light and deep understanding. My beloved child, when you have received the light of divine understanding, when your soul has been opened by pure truth, the deepest expression of gratitude you can offer is to live fully in that truth. Do not let it remain a fleeting feeling or a vague realization, but let it soak into every breath, every thought, and every action you take each day. The truth you carry is not merely a gift. It is a lighthouse guiding you across the vast sea of life, a steadfast compass to keep you from losing your way amidst temptation and deceit. Let that very truth become the driving force and compass in all your decisions. When you choose to live in the light of truth, your every step will be clearly directed, no longer swayed by lies or the deceitful allurements of the world. This is the highest way to show your profound gratitude for the light I have bestowed upon you, for there is nothing nobler than honesty, with yourself and with those around you. The true power you possess does not come from fleeting explosions of anger, resentment, or rebellion. It is not born from noise, quarrels, or the visible battles you see outside. Rather, that power is built on persistence, steadfastness in deep insight, and a peaceful hold within your heart. You have learned not to be swept away by external storms, but to keep a steady spirit, a calm soul before every challenge and upheaval. My child, it is precisely this truthfulness, in a world filled with layers of false masks, that is the greatest power you can wield. When you dare to live authentically, to reveal your true self without pretense, you create an unshakable strength. This strength causes every lie, every deceitful act to crumble before the light of truth you emit. It enables you not only to stand firm in your own life, but to become a refuge for those yearning for sincerity and transparency. This is not a struggle of two opposing sides where one wins and the other loses, nor is it a contest to claim or lose a position on the stage of life. Rather, it is a journey of preserving the inner strength through awakening, the highest state of awareness that you can attain. Awakening is not merely simple attention, but the ability to keep your soul clear and lucid, free from being swayed by negative emotions or external influences. It is within this very awakening that you find a steadfast safety, a sanctuary that nurtures an inexhaustible strength of the spirit. Remember that the energy of your soul is a priceless gift that I have entrusted to you. It is the source of your inner power, a sacred flame burning brightly in the darkness, a vessel containing your aspirations and the resilience to overcome all hardships. Guard it with wisdom, cherish it with reverence, and embrace it with gratitude. Do not allow any negativity from outside to harm or dim that light, for once your soul weakens, all external values and powers will become meaningless. In this life, there will be moments when you face strong temptations and harsh trials that make you want to give up, to lose faith and steadfastness. But in those moments, turn inward, recall the truth you know, the strength you hold, and the peace you can choose to maintain. That is where you will find renewed energy, a solid foundation to continue walking the path of light and truth. Let each passing day be a journey lived in accordance with that truth. When you live authentically and fully embrace the sacred values I have placed within you, life will become rich, meaningful, and filled with vitality. You will no longer be swayed by the falsehoods of the outside world, but will walk your path with absolute peace of mind. Never forget that in every step you take, I am always by your side, supporting you with boundless love. Each time you choose to live in truth and peace, you not only honor yourself, but also illuminate my light on this earth. This is a sacred imprint, a living testimony to the power and eternity of truth. You are now stepping through the sacred doorway into a completely new realm, a journey that not everyone is privileged to be guided to experience. This is not a course of noise or sudden displays of power, but a path of gentle and enduring light. The light you carry within your heart is not by force, but by softness, sincerity, and warmth. A radiant source flowing from the infinite life I have given you. It is an inner flame that never fades, a brilliant lamp lighting your way through the darkness, making every step you take firm and hopeful. When those around you come near that light, remember that you are not the center, not the foundation, nor the torch they seek to glorify or follow. Your ultimate purpose does not lie in making yourself stand out or be admired, but in humility and gratitude toward me, the source of all light and life. You are but a guide, a pathfinder, a hand that leads them back to the true source of light, which is I, the one full of grace and eternal love. Keep your heart as a still center, a peaceful space untouched by fleeting worldly honors or the clamor of human applause. Humility before me is the strong armor that shields you from the temptations of pride and arrogance, helping you remain pure, unblemished, and faithful to the mission I have entrusted to you. This is far more important than any recognition or praise you might receive from the outside world. The light you carry is not meant to illuminate yourself, but to brighten the path for those who have lost their way, those drowning in the shadows of doubt, fear, and despair. As you become that humble guide, you sow seeds of hope, inspire weary souls, and awaken yearnings for new life. Every step you take, every word you speak, carries the power of truth and life, bearing witness to the boundless love that I have for all. Do not allow that light to be dimmed by opposing winds or external skepticism. Let it always blaze brightly from the depths of your soul, an inexhaustible source of life, a guiding flame in every darkness of life. Let that gentleness be revealed in every act, every loving gesture, every gentle word that carries the healing power within it. You are walking a sacred path, a journey full of trials, but overflowing with blessings. When those who are called come near you, invite them not to yourself, but to me, the eternal light, the source of all peace and happiness. You are but a servant, a messenger, and your mission is to lead the lost back to my boundless love. Hold firm to faith and humility, so that every step you take is blessed and guided by my power. This is the way of holiness, of unconditional love, and of salvation for all who are willing to listen and respond to this sacred call. No matter how the world may be, no matter the challenges and hardships you face, the light within you will always be a shining lamp guiding the way. And I, the everlasting one, will always walk beside you, protect you, and uphold you on this noble journey. In this sacred journey you are stepping into, a pivotal turning point is unfolding before you, a door opening to newness, to profound transformation your spirit has longed for. I am calling you to be cautious and wise in where you place your thoughts, in what you choose to hold within your heart. This is no easy task, for in a world full of noise and competing calls, you can easily be swept away and lost. But I urge you to let go. Gently yet decisively release all that no longer nourishes you, that no longer enriches your spirit. It may be old habits, negative thoughts, harmful relationships, or fruitless worries that weary you and cause you to lose direction. You are closing an old chapter in your life, a chapter filled with trials, storms, and unresolved burdens. But in this ending, you are not merely closing the door. You are opening a new beginning, a sacred phase crafted by my very power. This is the moment you are invited to enter, where all things are renewed, where all things are ignited by the light of eternal truth and love. This is not a path you walk to please anyone, not to gain approval or praise from the world, but a path responding to the deepest call from me, from the sacred voice I have placed within your heart. Take the time to listen, to open your heart and receive the quiet understanding that I have planted within you. It is a gentle yet certain voice, a silent guidance that no words can replace. When you comprehend and walk alongside that calling, you will begin to notice transformations not only taking place within your soul and mind, but also spreading throughout every corner of your life, all the circumstances surrounding you. Your relationships, your work, and even the challenges you face will begin to change miraculously in ways that only those with discerning eyes can perceive. This inner change is not something you must forcefully prove or strive to convince others of. You do not need to justify yourself or show anyone that you have changed, progressed, or found the light. Instead, you only need to live authentically as yourself, fully embracing the way I have destined for you, guided by me in every thought, every action, every step you take. When you live in this way, your very life will become the most powerful testimony, the strongest declaration of the transformation and divine strength I have bestowed upon you. Do not worry about the eyes or words of others, for you are living for a higher purpose, the purpose I placed upon your shoulders from the very beginning, a purpose that transcends all worldly comparison and judgment. Every breath you take, every step you walk, every decision you make is a sacred cooperation with my power, painting the masterpiece of your life in the most perfect way. When you set your thoughts in the right place, when you release everything that no longer serves the life within your spirit, you will find yourself lighter, freer, and filled with new energy to move forward. This is the freedom I desire to give you, the freedom unbound by the past or worries about the future, the freedom to live fully and joyfully in the present moment. This journey will not always be easy. There will be times when you face doubt, temptation, and weariness. But remember that I am always with you, your strength, the guiding light, the deep comfort in your heart. You are not walking this path alone. Whenever you stumble or feel weak, turn back to me, the endless source of life I have given you. You are not merely stepping into a new space, but opening a new chapter, a holy and miraculous journey. Let your heart always shine brightly, and always remember that you are loved, guided, and upheld by me, the one who never leaves your side, no matter the circumstances. You are my child, a light in the world, called to live a life full of meaning and peace within my loving embrace. Now, offer me your sincere prayer and speak these words. Almighty One, Creator of my soul, you are speaking to me right now. I hear your voice echoing deep within my heart, an irresistible call. I open my heart to receive your guidance, your comfort, and the boundless strength from your divine presence. Help me to let go of all fear and doubt and place my complete trust in the power you are working in my life. Illuminate the path before me so that I may walk without hesitation or losing my way, always knowing you are beside me, guarding and upholding me. I vow to worship you with all my heart, and to embark on this journey with unwavering faith. For I know you have given me an eternal decree, a complete verdict of freedom and restoration. Lord, I come before your throne with humility, acknowledging that invisible challenges have surrounded my life, affecting my soul, my family, and my future. Yet you are the Almighty One, whose power is unsurpassed by anything. I trust that you are breaking every chain, shattering every shadow that covers me and my loved ones. Please command that all accusations lose their power over me, that every delay and every sorrow must retreat. I declare to the adversary, I am redeemed, I am protected within the loving arms of the Father. Grant me strength and peace to stand firm, unshaken by any evil force, for I belong to you, and you are my secure refuge. Lord, Redeemer of humanity, I come before you sincerely, knowing that all my faults and mistakes have been forgiven by the blood you shed. I receive the full restoration you offer, the renewal from the depths of my soul. Heal the hidden wounds and burdens I have carried too long, and transform me into the person you truly created me to be from the beginning. I am no longer bound by the past. I am stepping into a new future, filled with hope and life. Teach me to live daily in the light of that forgiveness and grace, so that I may become a shining example to all who seek salvation and peace. Lord, in sleepless nights and weary days of anxiety, I have often doubted your presence. But now, in your divine judgment, I recognize that you have never abandoned me. Grant me steadfast patience and deep trust, so I will not falter amid life's storms. Help me to receive every trial as an opportunity to grow closer to you. Awaken my spirit so I may perceive the transformation unfolding, the restoration expanding in my life, and step into this new season with a heart full of hope and strength. Lord, my guide and light, I offer you my mind and soul to expand my understanding. Grant me the illumination of clarity, to see all things through the eyes of truth and mercy. Help me discern right from wrong, maintain peace amid turmoil, and understand the divine purpose in every challenge. Come dwell within me and make me your instrument, spreading peace and light to those around me. May I always be calm, wise, and steadfast on the path you have set. Lord, I declare before you that I hear and receive the decree from heaven. I agree with the truth you have given, that I am redeemed, restored, and infinitely loved. I open my heart to receive the new blessings and powerful transformations you have prepared for my life. Grant me courage to walk in your light, to lay down every burden and doubt, and to live fully under your guidance. Make my steps firm, that I may be a living witness to your boundless power and love. I pray all this in the holy name of Jesus Christ. Amen. I offer this prayer in the holy name of Jesus Christ. Amen. If you cherish the Lord, do not forget to click subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss meaningful and life-giving messages from Him. Together, we will grow in faith and live a full life in His love. Amen.